Fine. Huh? No. Pattern was very much. Then what is BCP? A simple question, because I have already covered the theory part of it. So what is DHCP, Amrita? Amrita, your name is Amrita. Is your name? Please put Amrita Kumari. Yes, Amrita, please. You have given her idea. Yes. What is BSc? Automatically and fine. What are the advantages of BSc? Stand up, please. Fine. It's a feature of BSc. The advantage of BSc. Some more advantage. Yeah, it reduces administrative tasks, admin tasks. Yes. Fine. Now, most of the time, you are in a network, but not that network is especially for the internet only. As a student, whenever you try to connect with the network, your motto is only to get internet service. Is that correct? Yes. Fine. That's why I'm showing you the lab. That is based on router configuration, because you get an internet connection through a router that has been provided by the ISP. Fine. And from that router, we always get an IP. In CIMAGE also, you get an IP address from router. Whenever you connect the network cable with your machine or try to connect with Wi-Fi, in that case, you get an IP address. And after getting the IP address, you have internet connection. Fine. But how? Yes. From IP. Yes.
Why our system has both IP and IPv6? Why?
Because now in these days, dual stack concept is used in the network. Dual stack concept means if you want to communicate on IPv4, you can communicate. If you want to communicate on IPv6, you can communicate. Fine. Dual or stack concept. Actually, the real technical term for this is IP transition. IP transition. Because still people are aware about the IPv4 only. or only they have idea about only IT. In your cybercrime workshop, yes, sir is also talking about only about IT, and he is showing examples of different IPv4 addresses. Because still people are unaware, especially non-technical people are unaware about the IPv6 concept. Most of the users are totally unaware about the IP address. Okay, fine, IP address. It's okay, it's the address. But you all are technical persons. Now you have concept of IP address. You have today you have seen many examples how cybercrime expert can access your phone, your laptop, or any communication which you do through the internet platform or through any IT infrastructure. So you can be trusted. Fine, but now IPv6 is being used because we have more requirements. But temporarily, there is a solution that you can use both IP addresses. Like Jio is providing IP internet service on IPv6. Airtel is also providing. Now BI also providing.
Some machines of old version which only supports IPv4.
Then it's okay.
And nowadays the current machines supports both that because they need to protect with the old machines. That's why.
Yes, yes, definitely. And one more reason is in most of networks, you will see IPv4 address on. No one is going to configure IPv6. No one. You will see, yes, IPv4, IPv4. In spite of facility available on the router to configure IPv6, but no one is ready to configure DHCP on IPv6 because they have no IP. Then what will happen? If there is no concept of dual stack, in that case, users will not be able to get internet service. Fine? Now see. Yes, definitely. Okay, good. Now just I'm going to connect Wi-Fi device. In Wi-Fi device, this is a router. Fine. Simple, this is a router. And at this router, there are many physical interfaces. These are LAN ports, and this port is especially used to connect this router with the internet, with ISP. Fine. Now it has two antennas also. With this antenna, it can provide wireless network. That's okay. Now I'm going to take some laptops. 1, 2 laptops. There are 2 machines. 1 desktop, second desktop also. Fine. I'm going to take a switch also. This one is the switch. Fine. Now, you all have idea about the startup of the switch. I'm going to connect the router with the switch You can use any port, 1, 2, 3, 4, first port, then gigabit Ethernet, or you can connect with this port also. Gigabit Ethernet. Fine. Now there is a connectivity. Again, I'm going to connect my 2 desktop machines with this switch. Port number 1, fast Ethernet 0, port number 2, fast Ethernet. Fine. Now, this is a wired network part. Just wait for some time because it is orange now. It becomes green. Fine. At this desktop machine, click on desktop, then IP. In this IP configuration, there are 2 radio buttons. First is DHCP, second is static. No, right now we have not to configure IP address statically or manually.
Yes.
We have to take IP address from
DHCP.
Good. That's why we will select this option. Now this device have tried to get an IP address and it has got. And this IP address is 192.168.0.100. Fine. And the subnet mask, then default gateway. And default gateway is always the address of router. Fine. Okay. This machine has got an IP address automatically. Now, the second machine is this, and now DHCP 101. Fine. It's okay. Now, I'm trying to get an IP address at this laptop. But in case of laptop, I'm just going to power off it and then I will remove this NIC and insert this wireless NIC. Fine. Now I'm going to power. Now there is a wireless connectivity. Once again, I'm going to click on desktop, IP configuration, DHCP, but it has got an IP address from 169.254. Do you remember about this IP address? Class B, it's okay. But this is a reserved IP address and it is known as APIPA. APIPA, Automatic Private IP Address. A node automatically assigns an IP address from this range when it tries to get an IP address from DHCP, and unfortunately, due to any reason, if a node is not able to get an IP address from DHCP, in that case, a node assigns an IP address from this range. Assign कर लेता है, नहीं मिला, अभी दे, फिर इसने ट्राई किया, अभी मिल गया, ठीक है, तो DHCP से मिल रहा है। तो इस थर्ड एग्जांपल में भी आपको दिखाई दे रहा है कि all these 3 machines have got an IP address from DHCP. But where is DHCP? Now it is very quite clear that okay, fine, DHCP is used to provide an IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, DNS, etc., etc. These things automatically and dynamically. If I have tried to get an IP address from at this machine, first of all, in that case, this machine had got an IP address 100, 192.168.0.100.
Yes, sir.
But first of all, I tried at this machine. That's why this machine has got 100. After that, this machine has got 101. After that, 102. And now I'm going to try at this machine. It is very clear. It will get 103.
Yes, sir.
Power off. Remove this wired NIC and insert the wireless NIC. Then power on the laptop. Fine. I'm going to click on this desktop. Just see. Right now it has a PIPA address. It will try again. Okay, fine. I'm just going to click on this again on DS.
Yes.
103. Now I am very cool as an admin. If I am an admin of this network, I am cool. I should not be worried about IP address. Okay, fine. User one is coming to me to get an IP address in his own machine. I have to decide which IP should I provide to that machine. मुझे परेशान होने की जरूरत नहीं. Administrative task reduce हो रहा है.
Yes.
Automatically IP assign हो रहा है.
Yes.
Dynamic भी हो रहा है. जब जो नोड मांग रहा है उसको दिया जा रहा है. ठीक है. ये फंक्शन है DS. अब DHCP को एक नजर देख लेते हैं कि राउटर में इसका क्या कॉन्फ़िगरेशन है, कहाँ होता है DS. तो राउटर को ओपन करने का यहाँ पे या तरीका क्या होता है कि राउटर का अपना कोई ग्राफिकल इंटरफेस तो होता है. ठीक है. कहीं भी आपके घर में भी राउटर लगा हो, हाँ, अपना तो कोई डिस्प्ले है नहीं जैसे हमारे लैपटॉप डेस्कटॉप में होता है. इसका अपना खुद का डिस्प्ले होता है, तो वी कैन सी एवरीथिंग एट द स्क्रीन. बट दिस राउटर और स्विच हैज नो एनी स्क्रीन, so we can access this device with our laptop or desktop. For accessing a particular with this router, there is no requirement of internet. Just power on this router and connect a cable with it if you are trying to connect with a wire. In that case, if wireless, it's okay. And after that, just open your computer and go to the browser. It has also web browser. And in this browser, you should give an IP address. We have to access the router, and router's IP address is, in our case, router IP address is default gateway address, and default gateway address is 192.168.0.1. Fine. 192.168.0.1. In URL, I have typed this IP address, then I'm fine. Username
And
password. In this case, admin, and password is admin. Okay.
Yes.
Now, just I'm going to open my browser. Add one more tab. Fine. I'm going to just access CIMAGE Group. Fine. First of all, I have to check my own IP address. This one, right click, then no, status, details. In this detail, gateway is saying 192.168.0.1. Fine.
Yes.
Okay. Now, it is very clear कि सर राउटर की IP 0.1. अब इसी को क्या करना है, हमें ब्राउजर में डालना है। नाउ https यहाँ s :/192.168.0.1 एंटर। There is some error. Okay. Okay, fine. HTTP. No. HTTP based. Fine. Just wait. Not secure. Is not secure. Not secure. I have to continue. There is no message. No, don't worry. Permission for this website. Fine. Now see, username is admin, and password is Chong. I have no idea about password. But now you can see that I can access my network routers, my college router, and in the same way as I have access the router of packet receipt. The step is same. Fine. Okay. दोनों जगह एक ही मेथड यूज कर रहे हैं। अब आते हैं इसके ऊपर। यहाँ तो हमें पता था, यहाँ पे देखो इंटरनेट ये जो टाइप दे रहा है, ये ऑटोमेटिक DHCP से ले लेगा, यानी अगले किसी से कनेक्ट करोगे तो। नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, सी नेटवर्क सेटअप। Router IP address is router IP 0.1. Now DHCP server setting. Yes, DHCP is active. And now at this, in this DHCP, there is a configuration. In configuration, the start IP address is 192.168.0.3. That's why you all have seen at the first machine, the first machine has got an IP address 100, then 101, 102, 103. Due to this setting, now maximum number of users can be 50. Means it will distribute IP address from 100 to 149. Total 50. Now see, this is the range, IP address range. That's why our machine is getting 101, 2, 3. We will, if we will connect to some more machines, they will get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fine. Now concept about DHCP is clear. If you want to change the setting, you can change it. Just suppose I'm going to change it from 100 to from 2, maximum 10. Fine. Now we have to save. Save setting. Server reset connection. And our machine has got IP address 100, 101, 100. It means now there is no connectivity with router because we have changed the range of DHCP address in DHCP. So what should we do? We should again request for the IP. Now I'm going to request from this machine. IP configuration. Still it has 102. That's why I'm just going to click on static. Again, I will click on DHCP. At this time, fine. As per the range of DHCP. Clear? Any doubt? हाँ हाँ आपकी मर्जी। एनी क्वेश्चन, एनी डाउट? अब तो बिल्कुल क्लियर होना चाहिए कि करता क्या है। और ये DHCP सेटिंग ऐसा नहीं कि सिर्फ इस तरीके के वायरलेस राउटर पे भी नहीं होता है। We in a big organization, especially there is a DHCP server machine, a computer with high configuration. That computer can provide IP address with the help of DHCP service to thousands of machines. If in that network there are approximately 5,000, 10,000 machines, a single DHCP is able to provide IP address to all those machines. But for that, DHCP should run at a very good at a machine which has very good configuration. अब छोटे मोटे लैपटॉप पे कॉन्फ़िगर करके कहेंगे तो DHCP इतना स्लो रन करेगा कि पता चलेगा मैक्सिमम यूजर्स आर कंप्लेनिंग, ओह फाइन देयर इज नो कनेक्टिविटी, देयर इज नो कनेक्टिविटी। एक्चुअली यूजर का तो बस इतना ही काम है, वो यही कहेगा कि देयर इज नो कनेक्टिविटी। और तो आप एज अ एडमिन समझ रहे हैं कि व्हाई यू आर नॉट गेटिंग कनेक्शन टू आवर नेटवर्क, बिकॉज आवर DHCP सर्वर इज स्लो। फाइन, तो वो कहीं भी हो, जस्ट लाइक योर मशीन, आपका जो लैपटॉप डेस्कटॉप मशीन है, ये आपको तभी तक अच्छा लग रहा है जब तक अभी आप फर्स्ट ईयर में। जब आप आगे बढ़ेंगे और इसकी मल्टीपल यूजेस करने शुरू करेंगे अपनी पढ़ाई से रिलेटेड, तो फिर लगने लगेगा कि जिन लोगों का थोड़ा लो कॉन्फ़िगरेशन है कि यार ये मुझे नहीं, ये वाली मशीन होनी चाहिए। वैसे ऑलमोस्ट सबके पास न्यू मशीन होगी तो अब इतना कैपेबल है सारा मशीन, मिनिमम 4 GB रैम होगा ही होगा, लेटेस्ट प्रोसेसर होगा ही होगा, SSD है सबके पास, हार्ड डिस्क होगी। हाँ, साथ में साटा हार्ड डिस्क भी होगा, तो इसलिए अब की मशीन इतनी स्लो नहीं होती। बट फिर भी कुछ स्पेसिफिक टास्क में ये फीलिंग आने लगती है कि मेरी मशीन स्लो पड़ रही है। यस, मशीन लर्निंग के प्रोजेक्ट्स में आपको ये परेशानी आई। आप जब जैसे अभी जो स्टूडेंट प्लेस में है विप्रो में, तो वो आते हैं, स्पेशली एक बार आपके क्लास में भी एक आपकी सीनियर आके बैठी हुई थी, तो देख रहे हो वो अपने लैपटॉप से वर्चुअल प्लेटफॉर्म पे काम कर रहे हैं, जिसपे मैं आपको प्रैक्टिस कराता हूँ, VMware सेम प्लेटफॉर्म दिया गया है विप्रो में। उनको मशीन तैयार करनी है, उन्हें यहाँ से बैठ करके बच्चा विप्रो के विप्रो के सर्वर पे मशीन अपनी बनाता है, सारा कुछ तैयार करके वो प्रोजेक्ट फाइनल करके देता है। उसकी ट्रेनिंग पीरियड है, उसकी मशीन तैयार हो जाएगी, उस मशीन का फिर एक्सेस उनके पास है ही, वो अपना मशीन शो करेंगे कि हाँ ये मेरी मशीन इस तरीके से रेडी है, ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को इस तरीके से बेनिफिट पहुंचा सकती है। तो फाइन, अब अगर आपके पास में वर्चुअलाइजेशन टर्म का ही नॉलेज ना हो, कभी आपने खुद से वर्चुअल मशीन नहीं बनाया हो, इन दैट केस एक तो सबसे बड़ी चीज, विप्रो आपको उस चीज के लिए सेलेक्ट ही नहीं करेगी, और सेलेक्ट कर भी दी तो आप ऑटोमेटिकली रिजेक्ट हो जाओगे। इसलिए जितने भी आपके एड ऑन पेपर्स है ना, वो सब आप जॉब ओरिएंटेड है। BCA या MCA ये एकेडमिक पढ़ाई, एक रेगुलर स्टडी, जो एक कॉन्सेप्ट देती, बेस देती, स्ट्रॉन्ग बेस। लेकिन एक स्ट्रॉन्ग बेस पे सुंदर घर बनाता है एड ऑन। गेटिंग? हाँ, वही बात है। अभी है बच्चे काम कर रहे हैं, क्लाउड पे काम कर रहे हैं। एक बच्चा है जो इसको क्लाउड की तरफ ऑलमोस्ट वो मूव कर चुका है। बच्चे टाइम टू टाइम आते हैं दौड़ के, भाग के, सर कैसे होगा। तो लुक, if you have knowledge, these things are so easy. If you have no knowledge, these things are boring. और ऐसा फील होगा सब क्या इधर से इधर कुटुम है। एक टाइम था जब लैपटॉप चलाना सीखा होगा तो कितना हेजिटेशन होता। अभी सोए सोए भी चला लेते हो, आंख नींद में ही जब सिस्टम शट डाउन हो जाता है और ऑन भी होता है। ठीक है, तो इस तरह के जब मैं लैब करा देता हूँ तो डू इट योरसेल्फ। जब भी स्पेयर टाइम में एंजॉय करने की चीज है, स्पेयर टाइम में ऑन कर लिया, क्लिक किया इधर, ठीक है, खत्म। In next class we will cover sorry, once again I'm going to share my screen. No, this is the network infrastructure. But what is the benefit of this infrastructure? Okay, fine, you have, every node has got an IP address, there is a connectivity, but what we will do it? अब जैसे किसी बंदे को, एक ऐसा बंदा जिसने कभी कार ना देखी हो, उस बंदे को अगर तुम कार गिफ्ट भी कर दो ना तो वो सिर्फ गौर से देखेगा, है ना, उसको लगेगा कोई गिफ्ट होगा, कुछ है, सुंदर खिलौना, बड़ा खिलौना है। हम लोग बच्चे को छोटा खिलौना देते हैं, बड़ा खिलौना कोई दिया, खिलौने, क्योंकि उसने कभी देखा ही नहीं होगा। बट जब उस कार का यूज उसको समझ में आएगा तो उसको इसका इंपॉर्टेंस है। तो इस नेटवर्क का यूटिलाइजेशन क्या है? ये यूटिलाइजेशन अब के प्रोटोकॉल्स में, जो नेक्स्ट प्रोटोकॉल डालूंगा दैट विल बी द एसएमबी, and with the help of assembly protocol I will share some data at this machine and you all will be able to access that data at from this machine, from this machine, from this machine, from any part of your fine. The next protocol is assembly. अब जिस इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को हमने तैयार किया उसके फायदे देखते हैं।